I pray at the lotus feet of Divine Mother, Shri Lalita Ambika, and at the lotus feet of my Divine Gurus to help me speak on this topic of Lalita Sahasranam in the easiest way so that everybody can understand. Today we are going to discuss on the slokas from 24 to 33. In the previous video we have discussed from slokas 13 to 23 and we have discussed about beauty of Mother, meditation on her form, on her waist, on her thighs, on her feet, and the meditation on her sitting together with Lord Shiva and the meditation of her abode. So we discussed all this and it is there in the previous video. It is there, you can watch it. If you want to go directly, you can click over the link. And let's go now to the next part, which describes about the death of Bhandasur or the war between Bhandasur. Who is Bhandasur? First we have to understand Bhandasur. So Shiva was meditating. We have heard this story. She was deep into meditation, and then the Cupid, Manmatha as he is known, his name is Manmath. Manmath came there to disturb his meditation. And Shiva is a Dhira, so he was meditating deeply and Manmath tried to disturb Shiva's meditation. Shiva opened his eyes and with the heat of his eyes, with the anger of his eyes, because his meditation was being disturbed, when Shiva opened his eyes, fire came out of it and it immediately burnt Manmath or Cupid, and Manmath was reduced to ashes. Shiva is known as Kameshwara. Why? Because he has controlled over his desires. So with that fire, Manmath got burnt into ashes. Then one of Shiva's attendant, Chitrakarman, he collected all those ashes and he collected the ashes and he sat down sitting there. He started chanting the Shatrudriya. By chanting, by the power of those mantras of Shatrudriya, what happened is actually that ashes, he made a form out of the ashes. That ashes, the form became alive. And when it became alive, they called him as Bhanda. Brahma saw that a form became alive out of the ashes of Manmath or Cupid. So Brahma got a little worried and he said, Bhanda, Bhanda, terrible, terrible. And since then, that form which became alive was called as Bhanda. Shiva saw this, and since it had already become alive, Chitrakarman asked for blessings and Shiva blessed him and said Bhanda will rule the world for 60,000 years. And he was given a capital city called Sonitapura. When Bhanda started ruling, he had demoniac nature. He started troubling all the devatas, all the nice people, the saints and the sages, and the world was in terrible state because of Bhanda's rule, Bhandasur. He is called as Bhandasur. Bhandasur means demon Bhand. So people started calling him Bhandasur. When all the devatas were so troubled by Bhandasur, they didn't know what to do. They approached Narad, the celestial sage, the sage of everybody. Narad has been giving initiation to everyone. Narad has so many disciples in all categories. Disciples in kings, disciples as sages, disciples as asuras, demons, suras. Everybody has taken initiation or advice from sage Narada. So all these devatas who were troubled by Bhandasur, they went to Narad and told Narad, what should we do? Narad said, why don't you do a sacrificial homam and invoke goddess? And then when Shakti comes out, she will be the one who will be able to help you. So all these devatas, they sat down, they started pouring oblations into the fire ceremony and started praying that Divine Mother, please incarnate, please save us, please, oh powerful Divine Mother, please come out, please save us from this terrible rule of Bhandasur. He is troubling us. So while the devatas were praying this way, from that sacrificial fire came out a great chakra, and from that great chakra came out Shri Lalita Ambika. When the devatas saw her, she was very, very powerful. She had many weapons in her hand. She looked very beautiful. And she was ready to fight Bhandasur. But at that time, Brahma appeared and said that Shakti cannot be allowed to operate alone. She cannot have supreme sovereign over everything. She needs to first find a suitable mate. So, at the request of Brahma and all the devatas, Ma Lalitambika took a garland out of her neck and threw it over Lord Shiva. And all of the devatas and Brahma were very happy to see this. And then Lord Shiva and Sri Lalitambika got married. They became in union as Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is called Kameshwara because he had already controlled over his kama or his desires. He had burned Kamdev or Cupid or Manmath. And from that time onwards, Lalitambika became the Shakti of Shiva, and that's why she is known as Kameshwari. So this pair was known as Kameshwar and Kameshwari. After this, Kameshwari set out as Sri Lalitambika. She set out with her entire team to fight Bhandasur, and 4 days the battle went on, and Bhandasur was killed with all his army. The entire army was vanquished, and Mother became victorious, and Devatas were very happy. Everything became all right. And after that, all the Devatas approached Kameshwar and Kameshwari and said, because of Shiva's anger, Kamdev was burnt into ashes, and because of that, Kamdev's wife Rati was in a very terrible state. She was in a state of agony and grief. So they requested Kameshwar and Kameshwari to help Rati and bring Kamdev or Cupid back to life. So Sri Lalitambika agreed to it, Lord Shiva agreed to it, and they both blessed, and then Kamdev also came back to life. And then Kamdev, Cupid and his wife Rati, they both were given a place to live, and that place is what we discussed in the previous shlokas. It is in Srinagar, it is the Sumeru mountains, it is the Manidvipa, the abode of Lalitambika. We have already discussed. That place is where Kamdev and Rati were given a spot to live. So this is the story behind Bhandasura, and we will go now as to how the battle was fought. Some of the names of her ministers and army has been taken here, so we will discuss that. So let's go to the shlokas now. देवर्षिगण संघात स्तूयमानात्म वैभवा भंडासुरवधोद्युक्त शक्ति सेना समन्विता. So this is the shloka number 24. संपत्करी समारूढ़ सिंदूर व्रज सेविता अश्वारूढ़ादितिष्ठाश्व कोटि कोटिभिरावृता चक्रराजरथारूढ़ सर्वायुध परिष्कृता ये चक्ररथारूढ़ मंत्रिणी परिसेविता गिरिचक्ररथारूढ़ दंडनाथा पुरस्कृता ज्वालामालिनिका क्षिप्त वहनी प्राकार मध्यगा भंड सैन्यवधोद्युक्त शक्ति विक्रमहर्षिता नित्या पराक्रमाटोप निरीक्षण सुमुत्सुका भंडपुत्र वधोद्युक्त बाला विक्रमनंदिता मंत्रिणी अम्बा विरचित विशंगवदतोषिता विशुक्र प्राणहरण वाराही वीर्यनंदिता कामेश्वर मुखालोक कल्पित श्री गणेश्वरा महागणेश निर्भिन्न विघ्न यंत्र प्रहर्षिता भंडासुरेन्द्र निर्मुक्त शस्त्र प्रत्यस्त वर्षिणी करांगुली नखोत्पन्न नारायण दशाकृति महापशुपतस्त्राग्नि निर्दग्धासुर सैनिका कामेश्वरास्त निर्दग्ध सवंडासुर शून्यका. So these were up till 33. Now in the Namavali, this become the names from 64 till 84. So we are going to discuss each and every Namavali. ओम देवर्षि गण संघात स्तूयमानात्व वैभवाय नमः. So we have already spoken that all the devatas and all the sages are constantly praising Divine Mother Lalita. If you remember, if you have seen the previous videos, the first videos, it is said that Devi's one of name is Devakara Samudyataya Namaha. These names are there. Devakara Samudyataya means all the good activities or divine activities she promotes. She comes to promote the divine activities. So as we discuss the story right now, the devatas were in troubled state and they prayed and prayed and prayed, and to help them do their divine work, our mother Sri Lalita Ambika incarnated. She came out, she manifested herself. So when she manifested, all the Devi Devatas were very happy and they started praying to her. So this is what it is. Devarshi Gana Sanghata Stuya Manatva Vaibhavaya Namaha. So all the Devarshi are praising her always. Om Bhandasura Vadhodyukta Shakti Sena Samanvitaya Namaha. So Om Bhandasura Vadhodyukta Shakti Sena Samanvitaya Namaha. She has an army of Shaktis. All the Shaktis are ready to go and attack Bhandasur. So we salute to such a mother who is surrounded by a Shakti, by an army of Shakti who are intent on destroying Bhandasur. Om Sampatkari Samharuda Sindura Vrajasevitaya Namaha. We salute to such a divine mother who is accompanied by elephants, and these elephants are headed by her mistress. Her name is Sampatkari. So she has an army of Shaktis who are ready to attack Bhandasur. By the way, Bhanda also means ignorance. So in this form, if we apply the other way, then Atma is goddess and all the Shaktis related to our Atma, which is ready to destroy the ignorance, is called the army of Shaktis. So an Asura, the demon, is our ignorance. So this is one of the other meanings, but we will not go in that meaning. We'll just go word by word. Om Bhandasura Deodukta Shakti Sena Samanvitaya means she has an army of Shaktis who are ready to destroy Bhandasur. And then she has a small army of elephants which is headed by her mistress. Her name is Sampatkari. Om Ashvarudha Titishthashva Koti Koti Bhiravritaya Namaha. She has another cavalry of many horses, and these horses are being controlled by another of her commander. Her name is Ashvarudha. Om Chakraraja Ratharudha Sarva Yuddha Parishkritaya Namaha. She is herself seated on a chariot of chakra, and she is equipped with all kinds of shastra or weapons. Om Geya Chakra Ratharudha Mantrini Parisevitaya Namaha. Then she is attended by her another minister. Her name is Shyamala Mantrini, and she is seated in her chariot called Geya Chakra. Om Kiri Chakra Ratharudha Dandanatha Puraskritaya Namaha. She is also preceded by another minister called the Dandanatha, who is sitting on another chariot called Giri Chakra. Om Jwala Malini Kakshipta Vahini Prakara Madhya Gaya Namaha. Now, she herself is seated in between a circle of fire, and this circle of fire is created by another soldiers of her army who are Jwala Malini. So this is the description of the army that she is going on. So she herself is sitting on a chariot which is in the shape of Sri Chakra, and then she is surrounded by Shyamala, and then she is surrounded by Dandanatha, and then she is surrounded by an army of elephants, she is surrounded by an army of horses, and then all of this is covered, okay, it's encircled in a circle of fire by Jwala Malini. Om Bhanda Sainya Vadodhyukta Shakti Vikramaharshitaya Namaha. Her Shakti, her army of Shakti is ready and is bent on destroying the army of Bhanda. And seeing that, mother is rejoicing. She is very happy to see the bravery or the valor of her Shaktis who are destroying Bhanda. Om Nitya Parakrama Atopa Nirikshan Sumutsukaya Namaha. And then she is seeing all her other deities who are Nitya, they are also attacking the army of Bhanda. When mother is seeing how Bhanda is being attacked by all her other Shaktis called Nitya Shaktis, she is very very happy and she is enjoying it, she is delighted. Om Bhanda Putra Vadyodukta Bala Vikramananditaya Namaha. Then Lalita Tripura Sundari is now seeing her Bala form. In her Bala form, she is intent on killing the son of Bhanda. So Om Bhanda Putra Vadyodukta Bala Vikramananditaya Namaha. Here Bala Sundari is attacking Bhanda and Lalita Tripura Sundari is very very happy, overjoyed to see this. Om Mantrini Amba Virichita Vishanga Vadatoshitaya Namaha. She is very very happy to see the destruction of Vishanga by her chief minister Shyamala. Om Vishukra Prana Harana Varahi Virya Nanditaya Namaha. Lalita is very very happy because she sees that her attendant Varahi, her form Varahi, another of her Shakti, is destroying Vishukra, another demon from Bhandasur's party. So when Varahi destroyed Vishukra, Lalita is very very happy. Our mother is very very happy. Om Kameshwara Mukhalopa Loka Kalpita Shri Ganeshwaraya Namaha. We salute to that divine mother who just by a mere glance at Kameshwar created Lord Ganesha, because Ganesha was needed to help the war go smoothly. So she just looked at Shiva and Ganesha was created and the war went on smoothly. Om Mahaganesha Nirbhinna Vigna Yantra Praharshitaya Namaha. And then Mahaganesh, when he came, he started destroying all the different yantras created by Bhandasur's army. And when all the yantras were destroyed, Mother Lalita was very very delighted. Om Bhanda Asurendra Nirmukta Shastra Pratyastha Varshini. Then she herself started throwing missiles, rains of missiles, and started cutting off all the power of the missiles which was coming out from Bhandasur's army. Om Karangolina Khotpanna Narayana Dashagrityai Namaha. Then from her 10 fingers, the 10 incarnations of Vishnu came out on the battlefield, and with that she killed Bhanda. Om Mahapashu Patastragni Nirdagdasur Sainikaya Namaha. She also used the great fire, the great weapon called Pashupata, and with Pashupatastra she killed many demons to death. Om Kameshwarasna Nirdagda Sabandasurashu Nikaya Namaha. Then she destroyed Bhanda and also his capital city Shunyaka. Om Brahmopendra Mahendradi Deva Sanstut Vaibhavaya Namaha. Salutations to her who fought with Bhanda with such a bravery, such a valor, and all the devatas, Brahma and Vishnu and Indra, they are all praising her. Om Har Netragni Sandagdha Kama Sanjeevan Aushadhye Namaha. And salutations to her also who revived Kamadeva or Manmat or Cupid, who was killed by Kameshwar. She is a life-giving herb to Kamadeva. So here ends the 84 shlokas from 64 to 84, which basically describe the war of Ma Lalita and Bhandasur, describes about the attendants and how the 10 incarnations of Vishnu came out from her fingers and they all helped her kill the army of Bhanda, how Ganesha, Lord Ganesha was created during the war just by a mere glance, and Ganesha came out and went on breaking all the yantras, and how her ministers Shyamala, Dandaka helped her, how Bala Tripura Sundari came out and killed the son of Bhanda, and how Vishukra was destroyed. So in short, only this name 64 to 84 gave us a small idea of how the war is done. Now when we meditate on this, though this is like a battle and a thing, but when we sit and meditate, we can always think that when we are meditating on the army of Divine Mother, that army is within us. The powerful spiritual forces are within us, and Bhanda is the ignorance within us. Because of the ignorance, we are stuck. So this ignorance needs to be destroyed. So when we are chanting Lalita's name, when we are chanting powerfully Lalita's name, all the Shaktis of Lalita are generating in us only. They are coming in us, they are becoming alive in us. Ganesha comes within us. All the 10 incarnations, Vishnus come within us. All of these energies, all of these divine forces start manifesting within us. And when they start manifesting within us, all the negative forces like Bhandasur, which is basically our ignorance, Vishukra, which is basically our temptations, our worldly temptations and desires, or the son of Bhanda. Now what is the son of Bhanda? Okay, this is very important. All of these get destroyed when all the divine forces are coming. But what is son of Bhanda? Now this is very important. It is said that when we are doing prayers, japa, tapa, charity, we go to a lot of pilgrimages, we do a lot of good activities, trying to gather a lot of punya. So by doing all these good activities, a lot of punyas we collect. But unless and until we completely burn off the sinful reactions, we will still be in ignorance. We will not be free at all. We will always be suffering. So to come out of suffering, we have to do chanting, meditation, fire sacrifices, dana means charity. Then we have to speak the truth. We have to live a religious life. This helps us get lot of punya. But at the same time, if we go on with our sinful tendencies, then we are also generating papa, or our punya is getting reduced day by day. So we have to collect enough punya, but we have to reduce our sinful activities. These two things have to go together. Okay. So to reduce sinful activities, we have to constantly chant Lalita's name. So slowly the Bhanda will be dying. Bhanda means the ignorance. But what is Bhanda's son? Now here it is. Even though we might feel that we are not doing any sinful activities, but the seeds of that sin, those sinful activities could be within us. Those seeds needs to be destroyed. For this there is an example. Like when we see in the summer season, when it is very hot and we go to a mountain and we see brush fires. When we see brush fires, we see that okay, suddenly there is a fire and all the trees are burnt. And when you go there, you will see, okay, the entire mountain is burned, all the trees are burnt, and you'll see like everything is like, there's nothing there in the mountains. But as soon as the weather changes and rain drops fall, when the rain falls, those seeds are there inside and those seeds will start sprouting again. And the same mountain which was burned will become green again. So this is the seed. The seed is the son of Bhanda. Understand? We may feel that we are not doing any sin, we are doing all good work, but we cannot be assured that the seeds of the sinful activities are not within us. They might be within us. So if the seeds of the sinful activities are within us, and the moment we get that kind of association, we might again go back to our sinful activities. I have seen people who stopped drinking, and they haven't drunk for like 20-25 years, but suddenly one day they go to a friend's house and that person says, it's an old friend, you meet them 20-25 years later, and the friend says, come on, have a drink. So this guy says, no, I have left it. He'll say, okay, one peg, nothing will happen, just have. So this guy takes one peg. After 25 years he takes one peg. He starts liking it. Again he meets another friend, again they meet. Again next day also one peg. So for 20-25 years this guy has been living a nice life, left drinking, but after 25 years it starts again from one peg, next peg, and then slowly he goes back to the same old habit. Now this is the seed of the sinful activities, which I say. This is the seeds which needs to be burned. So when we are praying to Lalita, when we are chanting this Lalita Sahasranam, she not only destroys all our sins, she destroys the seeds of our sinful activities. She destroys our sinful temptations. She destroys our sinful desires. So this is what is the killing of the son of Bhanda. So Bhanda is destroyed and Bhanda's son is destroyed. Ignorance is destroyed and the seeds of ignorance is destroyed. All the Shadvikaras are destroyed and the seeds of Shadvikara is destroyed. What is the Shadvikara? Lust. Lust is destroyed, and if there is any seed of lust also, that is also destroyed. Anger is destroyed. Envy is destroyed. Greed is destroyed. All this together is called as Bhanda. This is the army of Bhanda. This is how army comes. Lust, greed, envy, anger, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsar, attachment and jealousy. These are the different forms or different energies in us which make Bhanda powerful. And this have to be going off from the seed, because if they do not go off from the seed, then as soon as we get that wrong company again, they will come back again. So when we are chanting Lalita Sahasranam, Divine Mother is so powerful that she destroys all our negativities from the root itself, from the seed itself. This is the greatness of meditating on these shlokas. I wish and pray to Divine Mother that you all implement this in your life. Try to meditate like this and feel very powerful with the Shakti of Divine Mother. Feel very happy and feel very spiritual. If you have any experiences, please feel free to share, and please do comment. If you have any questions, please write it to us whenever and however possible. I'll definitely try to answer. Thank you very much. Jai Gurudev.